Hello, and welcome to your personal tour of the energy saving account. This video will consist of two parts. Part 1 is registration, and Part 2 is the structure of the energy saving account. Let's get started. To register, click on the Register Now button. A menu will pop up where you should enter your personal information. Your title, your first and last name, your email address, and enter it once more for verification. Select the password, re-enter the password, and accept the general terms and conditions. Click Next. A second menu will pop up where you should enter some information about your building. Select a name for your household. That could be your street name or your city, however you like. Enter your postal code, when the building was constructed, and select whether you are a tenant or an owner. Select what kind of building it is, and enter how long you've been living there. Enter how many people live in the household, and for what the household is used for. Select when the home is normally occupied, and check whether you know the living area of your household or not. If you do, enter how many square meters it is. Enter whether or not you know a little bit about your heating consumption. And if you do, select your method of heating and what you heat with. Select whether the water is heated in the building or not. And now select whether the hot water consumption is estimated or metered. And the same for cold water. Select how many cold water meters your apartment has. And the same with the hot water meters. Select whether or not you have access to the electricity meter. And by clicking Next, you complete your registration process and go directly into your new account. Welcome to Part 2 of your personal guide through the energy saving account. The energy saving account consists of 3 parts. The input, where you enter data, the output, where you can see your results, and tips and advisors to help you save energy. Let's take a closer look at each of the sections. We'll start with the Enter Data section. Under the Account tab, you have several options to edit and configure your household. You also have the option to add more households to your account. Here, you can also give permission for others to view and/or have access to edit your account. Under the tabs Electricity, Heating, Water, and Photovoltaic, you can enter meter readings, energy bills, and configure meters. This is basically the same for each of the 4 energy areas. In Events, you can define specific events that will show up later in your usage pattern graph as yellow dots. There are 2 types of events that you can choose from: changes in equipment and changes in living condition. For example, a change in equipment would be a replacement of a fridge or freezer, or the replacement of a heating system. Changes in living conditions are things like spending more or less time at home, going on a vacation, a change in the number of people living in the household, working from home, etc. Under the Logbook tab, you can see a list of your activity in the energy saving account. That's whether you've entered an energy bill, a meter reading, or an event. Now let's take a look at the results section. We'll start again with the Account tab. As you see here, all graphs work with mouse over text. Here you can move your cursor over a button, graph, or icon, and a small text will automatically pop up explaining what that item is. Balance gives you a general view about your consumption of electricity, heating and water, and Compare Average shows you your consumption compared to average households that are comparable to yours. Here you have the option to view your results in either a graph or a table. Each graph has little pull-down menus in the right-hand corner where you have the option to change between several different views. Again, here we have the electricity, heating, water, and photovoltaic tabs. Each of these areas are similar to each other in that you are able to view for each area your potential savings, your changes, such as changes in consumption, costs, adjusted costs, and CO2 emissions over the time of a year, a month, or a day. Trends in the short term shows you how your consumption has developed over the past 3 years and gives you a prediction for the current year. Trend 2020 shows your trends from the past as well as your predicted trend for the year 2020. Here you can see what your energy consumption might look like until the year 2020, and if your combination of energy saving measures is appropriate to meet the goals of the European Union, or if you should try to improve it. In the Usage Pattern tab, you can see a graphic depiction of meter readings and bills that you have entered. Again, here there is mouse over text, so you can automatically see information about each graph and icon. And once more, there are pull-down menus in the right-hand corner where you can alter the reference period of the depiction and see changes and trends in your costs, consumption, and CO2 emissions. The same menu structure can be found for the heating and water tabs too. In the last section of the energy saving account, the Save Energy section, online energy saving advisors will be added. They will show you ways to save energy, decrease your consumption and costs in electricity, heating, and water. I hope this short tour gave you a good idea about what the energy saving account is all about. Thanks for coming along.